Subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to never miss an update.
Tamal, we'll come to now the next part of our discussion. I want to understand, and this is for our platform is for business students, and hence these questions are important to them. You've seen so many careers of CEOs, CFOs, big bankers over the years. What are some of the common themes that emerge from people who do well in corporate life? What have you seen? What are some of their habits? What are some of the tenets they live by, which you come to notice that okay, these are some of the common patterns here.
My interface with corporate India is very limited.
In your journey,
I am familiar with the bankers and central bankers and fund managers and so on and so forth.
Right.
I think one is, of course, common sense. Second is both risk-taking ability and risk awareness. I'll illustrate what it means.
Right.
So these are the two critical components, I would say. When I say common sense, I see the example of Bandhan Bank CEO and MD Chandra Shekhar Ghosh. He does not have any academic background to be a banker. It is the finest probably in the world, as nobody understands microfinance as he does.
Right.
And I have seen him as an advisor strategy, very close quarter of 2 years. This gentleman is driven by purely common sense, nothing else. You ask me one thing that distinguishes him from anybody else is common sense and his risk-taking ability. He started the bank with 500 branches. I don't think even globally in this kind of things you take the risk. He has done that. Come back here, Aditya Puri. He puts up a very aggressive note, if you find it, but he's an extremely risk-averse person. For him, banking, he has redefined banking, I would say, in India, because for him in banking, which you don't do is more important than what you do. So he doesn't have the hard mentality, everybody is doing, so I also need to do.
Can you give us an example?
In retail. So ICICI, which was then the largest bank, then subsequently a largest bank by assets, subsequently HDFC Bank took over ICICI. And of course now it is both in terms of assets and as well as market cap. It's the most valued bank among all banks in India.
Right.
So ICICI was far more aggressive in the retail space.
Right.
And then Lehman happened, 2008. ICICI just shut the shop on retail, and HDFC slowly moved into it. So it has learned. It learns from others' mistakes. It doesn't get into this.
Right.
Or say gentlemen like Uday. I think every penny for him it counts. It's extremely risk-averse.
Right.
Extremely risk-averse. And then you have again like a person like Puri who is able to the work-life balance. So from 9 a.m. to 5:30 is for office, and the rest is for my family. I don't think too many people actually can do this. Of course, I think we probably it's a little exaggerated sense we get. Probably at the back of his mind, bank is always there, otherwise you can't do so well. But at least apparently he shuts himself off, and it's for the family. In public sector also, but public sector the matrix is very different. So as an individual, how much you become a product of a processes. But in private sector, the entities are more personality driven. So there you find that and I'll not name any person, but there are examples here who are academically brilliant, but they have not been able to deliver,
Right.
because their level of execution is extremely poor. Two names come to my mind at the top of my mind. I'll not name them. It's not happy name them. But the point I am making is this, and this is because of the students, that academic brilliance
Does not
ensure that you you will be a winner in your career.
Hmm.
To build a career, you need other ingredients.
Right.
You need to have common sense. You need to be curious. You need to ask the right questions. You need to be fair as a boss. Because at the end of the day, you need to have a team to work with. You
Right.
can't work in isolation.
Yes.
Now, there are some of the top guys I thought I have seen that they want to be surrounded in the inner circle. The ring is a people of yes persons, and then they tolerate the competent guys also. But in the inner sanctotum, there's only yes persons.
Right.
Do they actually succeed for long? I am not really sure.
Right.
I think to put it very bluntly and in a very humble way, from my own experience, what I've seen is this: classroom is only the beginning. It's not the end. Many of us make the mistake that no, I am from X, Y, Z, either in Indian best B school or in overseas and all, and we brag about that and we think that we know everything. I don't think that works. I think the workplace also is a classroom.
Right.
That's the way it has to approach. I have seen, and that's true of not only finance and corporate. That's true of everything. Even in the academic world, you will find the professor teaching students, the private students, or even classes, the notes of 2000 early 1 decade old note or in 1990s note. All this sepia tinted papers, and they just
Really age-old case studies, for example, which don't matter anymore.
It doesn't work because the world moves so fast.
Right.
Just to stand where you are standing, you need to run.
Right.
So I think all, and no offense intended, the B schools and all, I think they help you to inculcate certain discipline, an approach, how to do things and all.
Right.
Beyond that, it's not much. Beyond that, actually, how you see the world, how you react to the situation, how much you can absorb. So at the end of the day, you need to change the concept of classroom.
Right.
Not the academic institution. Classroom is your workplace, classroom is your home, classroom is everywhere.
Right.
That's it.
I am a fresh finance grad. I really love finance, and I want to. I don't want to just work as an investment banker. I don't want to make money for rich people. I want to create some kind of impact in this country. Okay, I want to help some of its economic systems, its financial systems. What are some of the areas that I can get into, whether as an entrepreneur, whether as a government servant, whether as a person working in the corporate world? What are some of the areas that I should get into to really be able to do that in whatever small way? But for me, it should be substantial.
No, I think it's very important what you are saying. I interact with young people continuously, and I see this awareness. 10 years back used to have that. 10 years back, it was the case like this is the trend I'm telling you. 10 years back, it was like I am a graduate. I must hit a big job, probably with a consulting firm or investment bankers.
Right.
And I must make tons of money so that by the time I'm in my early 40s or mid 40s, I can quit job with a few $1 million in my bank account, and then probably I relocate to Goa or somewhere else, and then I go on fishing. I do whatever I want to do, traveling,
retire from life.
Retire for life. I get into cooking, I writing books, traveling, having dogs and everything. So that is the kind of thing I do it at my own. I create enough money in the first 15-20 years of my career. But I think I am seeing now these days young guys, they're not seeing it differently. They want to do things. They all care. They're very cliche. They're all in some sense they care for sustainable development. They want to lift people out of their poverty. They want to do something. They are concerned about climate changes.
Right.
They are concerned about so many other things and all.
Yes.
And there are many people actually. They're not even looking for jobs. They're not even looking for jobs. They want to do things. One area, of course, a lot of people are rushing is fintech. But there are too many Me Too products. I'm not very sure how many. I think there will be out of 100, how many are actually successful thanks to my sort of arrangement with, or rather my relationship with the bank. I get a lot of people approaching me on various fintech products, and they always peddle it as something unique, and I find them everything is the same.
Right.
So that's one area, but that has nothing to do with doing good to people.
Right.
But there are many others. In the so-called impact sector, they are going. It's actually I think it's a call of the heart they're responding to, and the reason probably being, just to give my example of myself, I had to start work because I had no other choice. I had to fend for myself.
Right.
So my choice was to become probably try for the civil service or try for a lecturership in a college, and I ended up becoming journalism. But I could not procrastinate the what do I do, what kind of thing. But my son has the freedom.
Thanks to you.
Yeah. Yes. So that's what I'm saying. So as our economy grows,
Right.
we are talking about now economic. That I don't want to get into the numbers, but we are talking about the economic growth. What kind of thing. So as the economy grows, as your lifestyle, it's another story that there are so many people under poverty, and the differences between the have and have nots have been growing. That's a separate story. But you and me were the fortunate people. So our next generation now have the luxury of pick and choose,
Right.
or while away time, and and encouraging their passion to overpower other things. So, and that's the way I think developed market works.
Right.
So that's the change you're seeing. Also, I'm saying it's a very happy sign that people are kind. The kindness is a great virtue. We talk about ethics, which is very 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 important. Particularly your students, when you become a corporate, you join a corporate, be a bank or investment bank or anywhere else. Corporate governance and ethics is extremely important. It's more important than your knowledge.
Right.
And you know what happened in Indian banking system. I don't want to give you specific sense. So ethics, of course, is very important. Other important part is also you need to be kind as a human being. I think this awareness, I am seeing it in people now. That care for others.
Right.
Care for animals, care for human beings, care for environment, care for climate. So that's a new India thing happening. On the one hand, of course, there is a lot of impatience and a lot of other communal issues and all. Let's not get into that. But the people who I talk to, the young students, the young aspirants, who are making careers, who are professionals also.
Right.
I see in the newer generations, these are the things that they are. Care for ethics, governance, kindness, tolerance.
Right.
These are all very very
interesting themes that are
important qualities you need to have to also succeed in life.
Right.